Hi everyone, Vijay here. Today I'm joined by Hamza, who is one of our resident clinicians. Hello Hamza.
Hello Vijay.
So Hamza, how long have you been with us?
It's my 4th month now.
Your 4th month.
4th month.
So I get this weirdness, right? Sometimes I hear this and it sort of winds me up. They go, well, you have trainees here. Are you a fully qualified, registered dentist on the General Dental Council register?
Yes.
Right. But you work in a place that's doing some of the most innovative stuff you've ever seen. Is there any university on earth that's teaching this right now?
No.
So being a
Definitely not.
21D trainee means you're only a trainee to the whole new world of 21D, but you're not a trainee. You're a fully registered, fully licensed dentist. You're not like a trainee hairdresser or anything.
No, none of that.
Okay, that's good. Just wanted to clear that bit up, right? Because that's really important. And then the other thing is, you've been here 4 months.
Yes.
Does it feel like 4 years?
It feels like I've been here my whole life.
Why does it feel like you've been here your whole life?
Because the environment is amazing, welcoming, just day-to-day interaction with the patients. What we're doing here, digital workflow, technology is phenomenal. It's blown my mind. It's opened my eyes to a whole new side of dentistry.
What I find ironic is you spent 5 years at university.
Yep.
And at no point did you see patient interaction and a journey like this.
Never.
So what I want to understand is, what were you doing with your patients over there? Was it like sheep herding or something? What do you do, cattle prods? I don't know. What happens?
I'll just say that it's not like here. Here it's completely different, and it's in the best way possible.
Okay, these are patients at the end of the day.
Yes, human beings with feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about giving people the time and the latitude and the bandwidth to be able to articulate what they struggle to articulate because they're riddled with fear. And you having the patience and the desire to want to listen to them and then come up with a long-term plan that's going to work for them. How emotional has the last 4 months been for you?
Again, in the best way possible, it's been very emotional. Just seeing patients from the start of their journey. I've seen some at the FCA, I've seen some at data capture talking about how amazing the surgery was, how they don't feel any pain, how they're healing so well, having their function restored, LTP fits. Patients have hugged me, patients have been crying, having that function restored again, being able to bite into an apple, eat a steak.
It shouldn't be weird in my view for a patient to hug a healthcare professional, but apparently it is. This is the thing I scratch my head about. You're caring for someone who is broken in more ways than just physical, and you make them better.
Of course.
And they hug you. That's normal.
It's completely normal.
But you're talking to me like it's weird.
No, because like you said, a lot of healthcare professionals do find that unusual, but over here we don't find that unusual. We find it, it's
Would you ever want to change that?
Never.
Would you ever want to have white coat barrier again?
Never, ever. I want to speak to that patient like they're a human being with feelings, with needs, and they need their function restored.
In 4 months, development-wise, how much have you learned?
Too much.
What does that mean? What is too much? How can you learn too much?
As in,
you got like a small brain or something?
No. Like,
then
I've learned a lot. It's been amazing. Like, the way we do things here, it's unbelievable. Seriously, it's
okay. And the science behind it and the methodology behind it, does that resonate with you?
Yes.
You have friends, I assume, who are dentists.
Yep.
Are you finding it more difficult to be able to talk to them
Most
now?
definitely.
Right.
We do have
tell me about that.
We do have quite a few debates. Like
debates.
Debates, yeah.
Okay.
Like the way I see it is, a lot of people find this controversial. This place has taught me we don't believe in band-aid dentistry. Providing something.
There's no such thing in my view.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fix it or don't fix it.
Exactly. And that's one thing we do here.
Yeah.
And when I'm discussing quite a few things with other people, they don't like to hear some things, but...
My only argument with clinicians when I debate with them is, listen, show me the scientific evidence behind your feelings and I will respect your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Because what the patient needs are facts answers and truth.
Yeah.
Okay? What they don't need is your opinions, your feelings. They don't need any of that because they've got their own to worry about.
Exactly.
What we need to do is to take a set of data, analyze it, work out the optimal balance of compromises, because nothing's perfect. They're already broken.
Yeah.
Right? Nature's always the best. We know this. Ours is a distant second best, but it is second best.
Most
it is
definitely.
second best. And to be able to deploy that and to watch, because you see them at LTP Fit
Every day.
and you remember them from FCA.
Yep.
Are they the same people?
No, in the FCA you can see the difference between the FCA and the LTP Fit. You can see them emotionally progress, getting more confident. You can see them a lot happier. It's unbelievable.
What is the value of unlocking a human being's confidence to them and to everyone around them? It's always been the debate for me. It's always been the question. Life without quality is not life. That's my view. Okay? There's an element of quality of life that is required. And unless you're in the club, the unfortunate club of terminal dentition or edentialism, I think the bigger problem is even our own profession. They don't really understand what these people are going through.
No.
But then you've seen the transformations.
I keep saying the word unbelievable, but it actually is unbelievable,
Okay, but
honestly.
in my view, those are the people they always should have been.
Yes, from the beginning.
And we've just brought them back. That's it.
Yeah.
And how proud are you of the work you do here?
Immensely proud.
How difficult, see, I'm guilty of this and I make no apologies. How difficult are you going to find it? Let's just pretend I vanished and I went back to the planet I came from, right? How can you go to the other world? And if you did, would you insist that they did it this way?
I would insist they do it this way.
Right.
And I would have a very hard time struggling, transitioning back into that world. Most definitely, I wouldn't want to.
Well, don't worry, my spaceship ain't coming for a very long time, so I'll be here. But it's really about you guys and the fact that you must have heard this, right? You must have heard this. This is a really funny thing. Because I got this a lot when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, they'd go, "You don't look old enough."
Yep, I've got that quite a few times.
What does that mean?
Yeah, oh, you look really young. And it's like...
I can vote. I can buy alcohol. I've got a degree. What does that mean? All it means to me is, I've got better grey cells than you because my brain's working better than yours. So that's what it means. What does that mean? You get that?
Yeah, I do.
Right,
I've got it a few times, but it doesn't make a difference. I mean, we've all got a wide age range. We're all, like you said, GDC registered dentists. You know, we're all working here. We're a family at 21D.
Agreed.
We don't really, age isn't, not really bothered about that.
No, but to me, once you get your head around the science,
yes,
and it doesn't take long because it's all logic. Why does it matter if you're 55 or you're 35 or you're 42 or whatever? I'm curious when I see all of you doing this, right? Because I do it because I can't even remember when it got hardwired. I do it around 98, 99. It got hardwired into my bloodstream, right? It's there. Do you find that when you get up in the morning and you're driving to work, this odd feeling that you're actually looking forward to going in?
I'm always looking forward to coming in. As a matter of fact, I was on holiday last week, just checking my work phone the whole time.
Don't do that. Yeah, your wife will leave you. Don't do that.
No, I was checking my work phone the whole time. Just, you know, it just doesn't stop. And the thing
why is that important to you?
Because what we do is amazing here, and like I said, I'm looking forward to coming to work. I'm looking forward, even on holiday, I'm checking my work phone, not because I'm feeling compelled or forced to. It's because I want to.
I always say this, right, to anybody that works in this company. The day you wake up and you stop loving this, do the right thing and go find what you do love.
Yeah.
Don't do this. This is something you do with your heart and soul, or just don't do it at all. But I'm assuming you get a lot of satisfaction.
Words can't describe it.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much, Hamza. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Thank you.